1 in every 100 plant species is in the family Araceae. This is a family that's easy to identify and is very common in homes, offices and gardens. But despite that, most people might not have heard of the family. Given the fact it's so common, it's surprising they're also very toxic. Species of the Araceae are mostly found in tropical habitats, often in the shade. They can be aquatic, terrestrial or epiphytic, where they grow on branches of large trees. Some are found in warm and cool temperate zones, where they have to tolerate periods without water. Aquatic aroids include lemna, also known as duckweed, Dracunculus vulgaris is an example of an alpine aroid species. Some aroids require heavy shade, others grow in bright light. All species of the Araceae are perennials, and most of them are evergreen. However, there's an extraordinary diversity in their growth forms. They grow below the surface of the water, they float on the water, they grow in soil, and they climb up trees. Many members of the Araceae have heart or arrow-shaped leaves. Some have fleshy pinnate leaves. For instance, Zamioculcus zamifolia. These fleshy leaves look more like stems, with simple opposite leaves on those stems. The most unusual leaves are from the genera Monstera, because they have holes in them. There are many ideas as to why this occurs, why there are holes in leaves. None of them have been proved scientifically though. The individual flowers in the Araceae are very simple and very small. They have no petals or sepals. The flowers may be bisexual, but sometimes they're just male or female. However, all plants are bisexual. All Araceae flowers have a spadix and a spathe. The spathe looks like a cross between a leaf and a petal, and these can be very brightly coloured. The spadix is a narrow cylindrical structure that is often enclosed by the spathe. The flowers are normally arranged in spirals at the base of the spadix. If the flowers are unisexual, the female flowers tend to be below the males. The females mature first to reduce the risk of self-fertilization. Species in the Araceae use visual and olfactory signals to attract their pollinators. The scents are notoriously unpleasant to humans because they often mimic feces and carrion, dead animals. Dracunculus vulgaris, for example, produces a visually attractive flower but a scent like a dead animal. These horrid smells can be made to go further by warming them up on one species, and it's been recorded with a spadix at 46 degrees centigrade. Beetles are commonly used as pollinators, and sometimes these are trapped overnight in the spathe. You should never eat any part of a member of the Araceae unless you've been shown that it's possible to process it safely. Despite their toxicity, one plant in this family is grown as a food crop. That's taro, Colocasia esculenta. This is one of the oldest cultivated crops, but the corms must be soaked overnight and boiled before eating. It must not be eaten raw. Syngonium, arum, and other terrestrial species can also become extremely vigorous and invasive, crowding out other species if conditions are ideal for them. The Araceae holds several botanical records, including the smallest flowering plant, Wolfia. Araceae also includes the hottest inflorescence, Philodendron bipinnatophytum. This family also includes the tallest unbranched inflorescence, Amorphophallus titanium. Araceae also includes the most common houseplant, Monstera deliciosa, and the most common cut flower, Xanthodecia aethiopica. This isn't bad for a family that most people have not heard of.